Welcome to Networks Professionals.
All right, picture this. It's 2 a.m. on a Friday, and the red lights on your network dashboard, yeah, they are blinking frantically. A critical server just went down, a switch is dropping packets, and users are getting locked out. Just absolute chaos. The sheer dread starts setting in. Because think about it, if you had to log into every single decentralized device one by one to find the root of the problem, your company would be offline for hours. You'd be losing thousands of dollars a minute. No way. Today, we're talking about the unsung hero that literally prevents that exact nightmare from happening. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are demystifying Syslog.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our blueprint for mastering network monitoring today. We're going to cover an intro to Syslog, how Syslog works, the ultimate troubleshooting tool, the 8 severity levels, and finally, managing your network logs.
First up, Section 1, Intro to Syslog, the Network Savior.
So let's think back to that 2 a.m. nightmare for a second. How do you actually monitor 1,000 decentralized network devices all at once? It's physically impossible to manually check every single router, switch, firewall, and server, right? You need a centralized brain.
And that is exactly where Syslog steps in. Syslog stands for System Logging Protocol. Basically, it's a standard protocol used to send event messages, logs, and diagnostic info from all those scattered network devices to one single central location. It's widely used for network monitoring, troubleshooting, and auditing. It is absolutely the ultimate centralizing savior to that 1,000 device problem.
Let's move to Section 2, how Syslog works under the hood, and see how this all builds.
Okay, so let's break down the mechanics here. First up, the architecture. It uses a client-server model. The best way to think about this? It's literally like a massive group chat. All your network devices are the clients, and they're just constantly texting updates to a dedicated Syslog server. Second, the protocol. They usually send these text messages over UDP port 514. It's super fast and efficient, though, TCP can be used if you absolutely need that reliable delivery. And finally, the message format. Every single message contains a PRI, that's a priority value, a header, and the MSG, which is the actual message text. This specific format is what lets administrators instantly identify exactly where an event is coming from and just how severe it is.
Moving right along to Section 3, the ultimate troubleshooting tool, and why it actually matters.
And this brilliantly illustrates the superpowers this centralized protocol gives administrators. First off, centralization of logs. Instead of checking devices individually, the whole shebang, your entire infrastructure is right there in one place. Second is real-time monitoring. Because the data is constantly flowing, you can instantly detect things like high CPU usage, memory spikes, or interface errors the exact second they happen.
But actually, let's really focus on these last 2 points because they are absolutely crucial. Root cause analysis. When a failure happens, analyzing these timestamps logs lets you basically reconstruct exactly what went wrong, millisecond by millisecond. You find the cause fast. And we cannot overlook security auditing. Syslog is huge for detecting unusual activity, catching unauthorized access, or flagging weird configuration changes. This is literally how you strengthen your security monitoring and stop cyber threats in their tracks.
All right, Section 4, the 8 severity levels. This is our warning system.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is, well, if everything is sending logs all the time, how do you know what's just a minor hiccup versus a full-blown crisis? Syslog methodically categorizes messages using a spectrum from 0 to 7. 0 is an emergency, 1 is an alert, 2 is critical, 3 is an error condition, 4 is a warning, 5 is a notice, which basically means it's normal but significant, 6 is just informational messages, and 7 is debug level.
Let's talk about level 0 for a second. If your Syslog server is throwing a level 0 emergency, the system is completely unusable. In highly technical networking terms, this essentially translates to, your weekend is officially canceled, drop your coffee, start fixing things right now.
So you can see there's a vast difference between level 0 and level 7. It really shows the incredible range of this protocol. While level 0 is your absolute worst nightmare demanding immediate action, level 7 is essentially just the network harmlessly oversharing details about its normal operations for debugging purposes. You wouldn't want to wake up at 2 a.m. for a level 7, but you absolutely need to be paged for a level 0 for sure. Finally, Section 5, managing your network logs and the tools of the trade.
So the crucial point is, you have thousands of logs pouring into your server, right? But you can't just sit there reading raw text files all day. Nobody has time for that. There are common tools for managing these logs, like Kiwi Syslog Server, Graylog, and SIM systems. Syslog feeds directly into these modern security information and event management systems. They ingest all that data, analyze it, and basically create this invisible, automated safety net for administrators. They do the heavy lifting so you don't have to.
We've covered how Syslog centralizes data, how it operates, its severity levels, and how it protects your infrastructure. Which leaves us with one final, really important question. Your network is talking. Every switch, every firewall, every server is constantly sending out diagnostic data telling you exactly what's happening. But are you actually listening? Take this as your sign to audit your own network security monitoring today. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep learning.
Thanks for watching.